All right, you guys, I am here with BADFLOWER. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves, tell us your names and, your part you play in the band.
I'm Anthony, I'm the drummer.
I'm Josh, I'm the singer.
I'm Joey, I'm the guitar player.
I'm Alex, I play bass.
Very awesome. And I'm Victoria, nice to meet you guys.
This feels like a job interview.
I know, right?
You've got a pen and paper, you've got all these things.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Exactly, why don't we go down the line? No. So, all right, so why don't you guys tell me a little bit about how you guys got started, because it seems like you guys took off fairly quickly considering all things and kind of snowballed into where you are today. So why don't you give us a little recap of how you guys got here?
Well, it looks like it took off quickly, but that's not actually true.
Figured.
We've been doing this like 5 years-ish, and it's only really taken off the last year or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alex and I went to high school together. We weren't friends because he was a loser and I was cool.
Right.
Nah.
Right.
Anthony played in another band that we knew about that we used to play with, and then that band split, so we found out about him. Joey and I met living in the same apartment building in Hollywood when we were both going to school and failing, and both of us dropped out, ended up moving in together and starting a band.
Oh, cool.
That's how it was.
All right, very
I actually
nice.
tried out for the band as a drummer.
Oh, did you?
See, in high school, I was cool and Josh was the loser.
We never called him back.
Yeah, I didn't get the gig.
Oh, that's
But
lame.
then later we needed a bass player, and
You didn't pass the interview.
I didn't have
not the drum interview, no.
All right, cool. Well, your latest single, Ghost, awesome, super powerful song. The whole idea, the execution behind it, was it always the same? Did you always have that same vision in the beginning, or did things change along the way?
Yeah, the vision was always the same. The only thing that changed, there's a couple interesting things to talk about. Because one, when it was first written, I didn't want it to be a heavy rock song.
Okay.
I didn't want like the big heavy chorus. I wanted it to be soft and almost like campfire-y and acoustic. And that was our manager's call, because we had a version of it that was heavy, and we were like, we don't think we like that, we want it to be softer, and he was the one who sort of pushed us to keep it rock, which I'm glad he did. Normally I don't listen to him because he has bad ideas, but on that he had a good idea. And then
It's a very last minute change.
it was really like right before we went in to record it, it was like, no, you should make it heavy. And also the chorus came about later too.
right?
Initially it was I had all these verses written. I think I had more verses written than were just in the song, and it was even darker than it is now. It was like all these different suicide attempts basically, and every step further was like a little step closer, and there was no relief in it. And the chorus is kind of the relief. It's the feeling of regret. It's the it's sort of like the most positive part of the song, and that didn't exist until a friend of ours was on FaceTime while we were writing the song, and he was like, "You've already done suicide. You've already sang about suicide. Sing about how it affects other people and things like that." And so it was good advice. So yeah, there was a bit of a collaborative effort from like random people to make that song what it actually became, which is kind of cool.
Well, I feel like you even hear it in the song. You feel the buildup of it, and then all of a sudden, you just kind of let it go.
Well, when it was being written, I didn't have that. I was still in that place. I didn't feel, there wasn't a positive, body part inside of me at the time, so it was hard to write a chorus that had some kind of relief. Yeah. And then, I don't know, slowly things got better, and that's what it became. There was a sense of relief. And now that the song is out and people connect with it in such a deep way, there's a lot of relief.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, did you think that fans and other people who heard the song were going to react the way that they did? Because you look and you see some of the comments on YouTube and even on your Facebook pages and stuff like that. Did you think people were going to react this way to it?
No.
It's saved people's lives pretty much. I mean,
I didn't think that was going to happen at all. I don't think any of us did. At first, we didn't think that song would make the album, let alone be the first single.
Oh wow!
I thought for sure this is probably going to be too heavy, and it's not going to happen. And the fact that people reacted to it in a positive way was a really nice surprise. And now it's taken on a life of its own.
Absolutely.
And it's really affecting people, and it's great.
Absolutely. And I'm sure too, when you guys perform the song, it must be an emotional roller coaster. I mean, is it cathartic for you, or is it more just, what do you feel? Do you still feel that feeling when you wrote the song?
No, not that feeling.
Like,
no, it's a
but
better
does it
feeling.
bring up the memories of the time? Obviously,
Sometimes when we first went out on tour, I suffer from panic disorder, which I talk about in every interview, and that's how the song came about. Was panicking a lot, and in rehearsal for this upcoming tour, I was still panicking a lot, and I was really nervous to go out on tour. For the Struts tour.
No?
And we were really nervous. I was really nervous to go out. I was thinking I might get through one show and call it quits and just say, sorry guys, I can't do it. I can't do this tour. I have to take like a couple years off to get my mind right. And I cried a lot in rehearsals singing that song, thinking about having to go perform this in front of people and go through that whole thing again, the reason that I wrote the song in the first place. But then as soon as we went out, and we realized that so many people had heard it and connected with it, and there was an audience full of people who were singing it and crying back to us, and it was this moment, the panic went away.
That's
Completely went away. So it was the best thing that could have happened.
That's so awesome. I'm sure you guys must be a huge like support system for each other, just being on the road. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot, being out on the road and just like.
I think so.
Yeah,
we try to be.
We are. When I'm in
Try
that
to
when
be.
I'm in that state personally, I detach. I usually will just go and there's a
yeah.
quiet room somewhere alone, so I don't have to make these guys watch me like freak out.
Oh.
And panic. But yeah, there is a good support system.
Yeah, and everybody, handles it in their own way and stuff. And, so do you have like any advice for people who are going through kind of that same?
Stop taking things so seriously. That would be the advice. Just try to have fun.
There you go.
Stop trying to be the best. In my case, I think that was a big part of it, was wanting to be the best, trying to be the best at what I do, and learning to detach from that and just have fun, be whatever I feel like being every single day helps a lot.
I completely agree with that. I think that's a super important point to make. Definitely. Awesome. Okay, so to lighten the mood a little bit, we're at Rock Allegiance. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We barely made it.
We barely made it? What happened?
Barely found parking.
We got in here
Parking's-
and we had like 8 different people tell us 8 different directions to go to park our van
Yep.
and to find this press area and to find coffee. It was a bit of a nightmare.
Well, now you guys are like pros, so.
I don't
hopefully-
feel like a pro.
Not at all.
Well, you guys made it here. That's what's important.
Yeah.
So, are you super pumped and excited to perform today?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's your first time at Rock Allegiance, right?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to do it last year, but I think we were supposed to do this one, and we had to cancel it.
Yeah,
'cause
this
we got,
was one of the ones we canceled because
It's like right when we signed to the new label, and they said go make a record. So
the record was taking too long.
So, you got up and did it.
And now here we
Understandable.
are with a single that's doing really well, so I'm glad we canceled.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So cool. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
yep.
But who are you guys looking forward to seeing?
Well, they just walked in the room.
Yeah, Fever 333. They just walked in. I
Oh,
want to
did
see
they?
those guys. We've never seen their show. We hear good things.
Yeah, they're awesome. I haven't seen them live yet either, so we'll see.
I've
But,
seen little clips on Instagram and stuff, and it makes me nervous
It's
being
scary.
being another band that's competing with bands like that.
Well, you know what? I've seen clips of you guys, and I think you guys are gonna totally rock
Oh,
it.
well,
So
thanks. Well, we make other bands nervous
worry.
too. Don't get me wrong. I have a
Exactly.
lot of confidence in what we do, but
Yeah.
there are certain bands who are coming up. We're sort of watching from outside, like, oh man,
Boy, oh boy.
shit.
How do we do that?
you guys got this. You got it. I have faith in you. So, for people who weren't able to make it out today, your fans and stuff, what can they expect in the future? Down the line, like the near future? What do you guys have planned?
Lots of touring, lots of shows.
The release of our album.
The release of the album is coming up
Big
early
thing.
next year,
Yeah.
and we will never sell out.
There you go.
A show.
No, that's not true. We've already done it. We've already done that.
All right, cool. So, and any last words for your fans? Any last words for Cupcakes and Crossbones viewers?
Is that what this is? Cupcakes and Crossbones.
This is
Explain to me that.
It's a little sweet, a little badass.
I'm Yodaing.
It's a little combo of the two.
Gotcha.
So Cupcakes, Crossbones. I don't make cupcake. Well, I mean, I could if I wanted to.
I used to
but-
work at a cupcake shop.
Did you?
Yeah, that was one of my first jobs.
Oh, well,
Yummy
gee.
cupcakes in Santa Monica.
Very cool. Were they yummy?
They were okay. You had to pick up the cupcakes like this
Yeah.
with 2 fingers. That's what they made you do.
Well, they weren't yummy.
You couldn't
had to
pick them
make
up like this. You had to go. What do you want? Oh, the red velvet. How many? And you box them up and you put the little paper in between them.
Well, then, because you
Never
would have
forget
gotten
it.
like frosting on your hand, probably, right?
So that was the way. And I never washed my hands. So sorry to Yummy cupcakes.
That was for that extra little flavor,
Yeah.
you know?
My flavor.
There you go.
Oh, God. Nutritional yeast fairs.
You're like,
High in B vitamins. Did them a favor.
Oh gosh. All right,
Word
cool.
of advice: don't eat cupcakes that Josh hands you.
Never. Don't eat anything I hand you, honestly.
All right, noted. Noted on that. And anything else other than your delicious cupcakes?
Other than the delicious cupcakes, no, there's nothing.
Nothing else
No.
at all. All right. No, well, you know, you guys, I think you're awesome.
Thank you.
I know you're going to kill it on stage. I'm really excited to see you perform. I'll be out there taking pictures, so, you know, I'll have my
Cool.
camera all up in your faces. But, so yeah, it was awesome meeting you guys, and hopefully, definitely we could catch up soon.
Sounds good.
thank you.
All right, cool. Thank you.